Okay, since I don't know how to leave well enough alone, I worked on this project just a little bit more, redid the graphics on the front a little bit, and I finally got my fan going. I put some mesh on it here in the back, which came from this letter holder thing that I got at the 99-cent store for, you guessed it, 99 cents. I bought these things specifically for this kind of a job where I needed some sort of mesh covering. It's real cheap. And so what I did to get the fan running is I pulled out the existing 12.6 volt 300 milliamp transformer and I replaced it with a 6 volt 6 volt center tapped transformer with the 450 milliamp current capability, and so that entailed me having to move these two transformers back in the enclosure about 5/8 of an inch, and then I had to squeeze this thing in here. Had to relocate the full wave rectifier. This one stayed where it was. This one had to move. And then I put the fan across the heater power supply, which enables me to do a couple things. I can power the fan, and I can also balance the voltage between positive and negative. When I measured this before I had this in here, I found that one of the tube filaments was actually getting like 7.5 volts, and the other one was getting like a little over 6, so there was an imbalance there. And so the way I have this fan wired, I've got it coming off the tube filament positive here. It goes through a 75 ohm resistor, through a 25 ohm rheostat, and then the negative connection to the fan goes to the negative voltage of the tube heaters. And that works out really nice. Now I'm getting, at this point here, I'm getting where it goes to the tube filaments, I'm getting right at 6 volts, which is 95% of 6.3 volts, so I'm happy with that. So with the original schematic, I don't have the original schematic here, but what I've done is, well, the original schematic, this transformer here for the filaments came off the where these two transformers are tied together, and I just simply disconnected that and put a new transformer in, which is here, and then we ran the wires like so to the fan. So you can kind of see what I did there schematically. It works out really nice. I kind of ended up having to do it that way because the way these heater filaments are center tapped, you know, you kind of have to keep whatever you add in here between here and here, or otherwise funny things happen with your current and voltage and stuff. So that works really nice. It's kind of a parallel load to the filaments, and I've never I've never tried doing this. I've never really seen anybody do it either, but I kind of just figured this out by trial and error. I've had it hooked up a few different ways, and one of the ways I had it hooked up was causing some noise to happen after things got warmed up, which I figure was probably because there was an imbalance here with the fan. That's why I've got this 75 ohm. I'm kind of like trying to stick the fan load in between these resistors, and then The 25 ohm rheostat basically just balances the two sides of the filaments. So now they're both getting right around 6 volts, and there's no big imbalance like there was before. Then the other thing I did is I drilled some more holes in the bottom right here for a little more added ventilation, and then I stuck this self-adhesive 1/16 inch thick foam on the insides here in an attempt to try to cool it, not cool it, make it a little bit quieter. I don't know if it really helps any, but I have it in there. Yeah, it's kind of overkill, I suppose, but I haven't worked on anything for a long time, so I'm just, I'm really going overboard on this little project. But, you know, it's going to sit here in that space right there, and so it doesn't necessarily need to really have any ventilation fan in it, but, you know, I design HVAC for a living, so you know, everything's got to be cooled and ventilated. So pretty happy with the way it turned out, though. And the other cool thing is I was trying to figure out how to mount this rheostat, and I had this little bracket that I think came off of an RC helicopter that I found on a warehouse floor when I was working at Circus Hobbies a long time ago. And it was kind of cool that these two holes here lined up exactly with the two screws I had already had in here. So that was really nice. It gave a nice solid mounting to the rheostat, and you know, nothing can move around. Everything's nice and secure. And so with that, I am going to this time really truly be officially done with this project, and I'm just really excited I got the fan running, 'cause it's driving me crazy. I was like, there's got to be a way to get that fan to work in this thing. So I finally figured it out thanks to this little transformer here that I forgot I had a couple of in a drawer, and so that worked out really nice. So hopefully you found this interesting, maybe you got something out of it, and thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time.